Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special Flippa webinar. My name is Blake Hutchison, and I'm the CEO of Flippa. We are the #1 platform globally to buy and sell online businesses. For over a decade, we've been representing entrepreneurs from all over the world. And similarly, for those looking to acquire and own, we've been their place to hunt and to get that deal done. But today, the world shifts. We're bringing you something super innovative, and as you can see from your screen, we call that Flippa AI. Owning a business is now easier than ever before. You can start a business and grow a business with incredible tooling. There are platforms set up all over the world to make it easy to start and grow a SaaS business, start and grow an e-commerce business, start and grow a YouTube channel. It's now easier. Historically, of course, it was difficult to build a business, but here's where Flippa comes in. We've made it just as easy to exit and own as others have made it to start and grow. And we're proud of that, but we think we can go one step further. Before I get into the announcement today, which I'm super excited about, I want to just point out what's under the hood. Flippa is designed to make deal making accessible for all. In fact, our vision is exit and ownership for the 99%. To enable and make that come true, we've had to build this end-to-end M&A infrastructure. Now, of course, today it serves digital asset owners only. And so we have predictive valuations, we have our AI buyer matching, completing over 425,000 matches each week. We have our LOI and contracts builder. And then, of course, we have our lending partners. And then finally, a safe and secure payments engine to complete the deal. Now, all of that happens within a beautifully organized deal room where sellers and entrepreneurs, brokers can meet buyers from all over the world. And of course, buyers can engage and ultimately negotiate. On top of all that, we've got an expert network of brokers, both our in-house team, third-party brokers, and more recently, certified licensees who are using the platform to do deals because, of course, it's the most efficient deal-making engine on earth. And so we're really proud of what we've built. But still, M&A is hard. It's complex. The workflows are burdensome, and there's got to be a new way to drive efficiency into this deal-making ecosystem that is now thriving, alive, and well, and of course, powered by Flippa. In all of this, though, there are great stories. People like Ben Zogby. He's based in Boston. He built High Strike over many, many years and ultimately sold that for just short of $2 million on the Flippa platform. You've got Sporkle, the world's largest online trivia business based in San Francisco. And of course, they're pursuing inorganic growth strategies and M&A being a part of that. Ali went hunting on the Flippa platform and ultimately found his way to a Finland-based business called Typing Test. And Ali and his firm Sporkle acquired that for just short of $3 million. And then all the way down to 75-year-old Marty Geller, who sold his YouTube channel for $40,000. So you get the extent of the Flippa platform. SaaS businesses, direct-to-consumer e-com, newsletters, online publishing, iOS and Android apps, YouTube channels, and more. The digital asset ecosystem is alive and well. The stories are many, and we've been so proud over so long to support so many people. But here's the thing. There's not enough supply to match the insane levels of demand. Flippa has over 1.6 million registered buyers. From side hustlers looking for supplementary income, acquisition entrepreneurs, and institutional investors. there is an immense number of buyers. And so we believe there's a better way, and we're building the future of M&A, and it's AI-powered. So today, I am absolutely delighted to announce the launch of LaurenAI, smart deal sourcing and outreach. In its most simple form, Lauren puts you in control. You can find off-market deals and reach founders directly. Here you see Lauren assisting a buyer with the creation of a buying mandate, a set of preferences that Lauren will use to crawl the web and bring back, put in front of you at your fingertips, the perfect set of assets. Here you see Lauren selecting an opportunity. And finally, outreach, a simple way to connect a buyer with one or many perfect opportunities. And guess what? That same deal room infrastructure we alluded to before will connect that buyer and that seller, put them in touch with each other, and allow them to get the deal done with all of that technology sitting under the Flippa hood. Tony Zhu is our head of product. He knows a lot more about the technology than I do. So, Tony, welcome and congratulations on the launch of LaurenAI.
Well, thanks, Blake. It's been a great couple of weeks with the team, or months with the team, and I'm delighted to be with you announcing this product.
How did it come about? What is LaurenAI?
Well, at the core of it is a very simple problem. Our buyers who would come to us after an acquisition, in many cases, there would be hundreds of buyers who would miss out on a great deal, and they'd simply come to us and say, well, do you have another one for sale like this? And the answer to this point was, well, you'll have to wait until we find another one. Well, we had a look at that and we thought, well, wouldn't it be easier if we just went searching for those deals directly? And with AI now, as well as Flippa's 14 years of history, we've seen millions of businesses. We can now collate all of that data and we can bring similar businesses to those buyers, matched with their mandate, and allow them to very simply outreach. So what we wanted to do was really bring the world's selection of digital businesses in a single point and let someone very seamlessly find their next acquisition, whether that be on market or off market.
Yeah, I remember the conversation. I was sitting with you at your desk and we were looking at the deal room and I said, look at all these buyers and how many of them are interested in this asset. And of course, there's only one buyer for every deal. So you and I started to imagine this world where any buyer at any time could kind of replenish their deal flow and get access to a whole range of additional assets which were a perfect fit. So what's under the hood?
Well, there's two parts to it. The first part is our large language model, AI. And what we've done there is we've tailored a cloud-based large language model with very specific knowledge about digital assets. Yep. Now, if you've ever asked ChatGPT or Claude or any of those platforms, you'll notice that they've got very general knowledge about M&A and digital assets, but not specific. Whereas Flippa's trading history and our hundreds and thousands of businesses, we know a lot more about that than the LLM does. And so what we've done is we've tuned that large language model to know about what makes a great software business, what makes a great SaaS, e-commerce, YouTube channel, all of that. So that large language model now that we've tailored, it knows what a great online business looks like.
Can I just interrupt you? Tell us a bit about the data sets, because this is super cool. So lots of buyers. What do we learn from all of that activity on the platform?
We learn what their interests are, right? And we also learn from their browsing what they're actually interested as well when they look at things. So we learn what their budgets are, what their keywords are, and also the kinds of assets they interact with.
Okay. And on the sell side, lots of businesses. So what do we learn?
What we learn is actually what does a Flippa business look like? What does a great business on our site look like? And it's very different to what's traditionally out there, Because traditionally, a listed business or a venture capital business, that looks very different to the types of businesses that Flippa sells. We typically sell founder-led businesses. Some of them may have funding, but we're not talking Series B, Series C growth funding. We're talking much, much earlier stages there. And so we know what kind of business that looks like. And what we've been able to do is teach a large language model to categorize businesses from across the web like that.
I reckon this is a really important point because deal origination services that are out there in the market today haven't been set up for this asset class at these prices. And so that's pretty differentiated and disruptive in its own right. I was sharing with you a note from one of our advisors based in Europe, and there was a firm out there who said, we've got $50 million to spend on small iOS and Android apps. And there's no other firm globally who could satisfy that deal sourcing need. And so in a simple way, how would I use Lauren?
Well, you simply put in your mandate, and there's a natural language mandate. You can type whatever you want in there. The large language model behind Lauren can actually recognize mandates, and it will pull out some of the key terms that are relevant across our database. And then then it searches. It searches a very, very large inventory, much larger than what's anywhere that's available anywhere in the web. It searches both Flippa known businesses that we've seen, millions of businesses that we've seen across our time here, as well as millions of businesses across the web.
So we're essentially crawling the web.
We are crawling the web, and what we're building here is the Google of M&A. We will know everything about our segment of the market, about privately owned digital assets, better than almost any platform on the planet. And we'll be able to categorize that and do that at a scale that's not available anywhere else.
Absolutely love it. Now, you're going to do a demo for us in a minute, but what does the future of Flippa look like in an AI world, do you think?
Well, when we've traditionally talked about Flippa and platforms, what we've said is that you got to put in these business rules, right? There's not a lot of judgment. Every bit of judgment from the platform and technology comes from a person saying a business rule. Well, AI changes that, and it's really fundamentally disruptive to M&A because M&A has a lot of judgment. Finding the right asset has a lot of judgment in there. And what we found with our new AIs and our new large language model is that they're capable of doing some judgment, much more than traditional software can. And so you can teach it what a great software business looks like, and it can make a call based on the homepage, whether that's a great software business and whether it's suitable for you. And so what we see fundamentally coming through is computers, AI, starting to replicate some of the items that may have required a bit of judgment. Deal structuring, negotiation, finding the right deal for you. All of those things are going to be
reviewing documents,
all of those things. So we see AI as being really disruptive in that front, being able to introduce some soft skills to what is otherwise a very kind of mechanistic platform.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we've got a lot more to announce actually, but before we do that, Tony, can you demo Lauren for us? So take us through this. I'd like to create a mandate and see opportunities that are e-commerce businesses in the fitness industry. All right,
let's get started. Out of the homepage, you'll be able to then chat directly with LaurenAI. Let's have a look at e-commerce businesses in the fitness industry.
Yes, please. So what Tony's doing here is just giving Lauren some initial information before Lauren, of course, starts to engage. What's happening now, Tony?
Well, it's asking you which region you'd like and what do you think would be the lower and upper end of your budget.
Okay. I would like a e-commerce business in the fitness industry based in the United States. And you're going to ask me what budget I want, are you? Okay. I would like a business between, I don't know, let's just say I'm not that loaded, Tony, so I'm going to go between 100,000 and 500,000. Is that an okay search?
Yeah, that's fine.
What's happening now behind the scenes?
Well, it's witnessed that it's found out it's in the fitness industry, and now it's asking about some specific details. So,
Okay.
is there any supplements, apparel, equipment? What kind of fitness?
Okay. I would like equipment.
Equipment?
Actually, apparel as well. Lauren's thinking.
And it'll come back. There we go. So what's happening under the hood there is it's recognized its fitness, and it's gone and said, what does, great fitness businesses have, their equipment, their apparel, and you can see there it's started to extract out some of the major keywords from that search, right? It looks at who you are. So I'm the VP of product here at Flippa, and there we go. Now it's coming. Here are the top three.
Found 10,000 plus off-market opportunities, and here are a few to peruse before you see the collection of matches. So tell me, give me a sense of what it found in the top three there.
Well, firstly, about 450,000. That's about the range. Direct-to-consumer sports tech product accelerates skill development. So a great sports tech product there.
And the next one?
E-commerce with a large customer base for home gym gear and health. So obviously aiming at the kind of equipment market there.
And House of Gains.
Yes. Okay. Selling whey, nut butter and bottles with USA-made quality. So.
Okay. I'm not happy with any of those. Can I see the full collection, please?
No worries.
Wow. Okay.
So 1 to 30 of over 10,000 opportunities inside of that fitness industry. And over here, you'll see a quick, you'll see the business name, you'll see the industry that's in, the range, the age, where it's located. You'll see a bit of a description.
Yep. So just to be clear, these are businesses which may or may not be for sale. This is an off market.
This is an off market.
Okay.
Right?
Great.
At any point, if you wanted to look for the businesses that are actively selling, you can go and switch onto the on market right there.
Perfect. And so what would you do as a buyer at this point?
I'd start to review some of those matches, and you can.
How do you do that?
Well, you can hit that view business info, and there'll be a much longer summary of what that business does. So this particular one, it's founded in Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
Bootstrap direct-to-consumer business.
Yep.
All the information about what's kind of special about it and target customers. You can have a look at what the indicative valuation is. All right. As well as similar businesses that may be for sale at Flippa today.
Okay. And so what does add to pipeline mean?
Well, you can have a curated personal pipeline that you can outreach to. So if I go and add to pipeline down here, and I close that out, I can now outreach to the two items in my pipeline. All right, let's start. Well, I've got to add a photo, which I'll do. Which I've already done in the back end, so it just doesn't show it at the moment. And I've got to give a little bit of an overview about my bio. We know that a bio really helps you stand out when you send that profile through to a potential seller. So I want to just put something here looking to aggregate some fitness
businesses.
Next up here, I'm going to go and personalize my message. So I can write a message to the seller. And what Flippa's AI will do is we know what a great outreach looks like. We'll take your message, we'll take your profile, we'll take everything we know about the business, and we'll begin to put that together into a really nice pitch to the seller.
Important point. While you're doing that, I'll just make the note that we have obviously witnessed buyers from all over the world, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of buyers initially introduce themselves to a prospect and an opportunity. And so we know what a broker will respond to and what they want to see We know what an entrepreneur will respond to and would prefer to see. So that's the point. We're going to take your initial message, but then reform that in such a way that we optimize for a response.
That's right. We'll hit next. Right. And so I'm just going to go and do that outreach.
So what happened? Two messages were sent.
Two messages were sent, right?
Okay.
And what you can do now is you can go to My Messages, which is on the left-hand side here, and you can see the outreaches that I've just done. It'll be towards the bottom there, but you can see those outreaches that I've just done at Velis Footwear, and it'll say a minute ago. And,
Okay.
Right. And what will happen is as sellers open those emails and as they reply, you can see who opened those emails. And over time, you can see when the replies come, they'll take you directly into the deal room so that you can chat with that seller.
So it's essentially a deal sourcing CRM.
Deal sourcing CRM.
Got it.
Integrated outreach, unlimited selection, and finally a deal room for you to help complete that deal in.
Love it.
I'm going to go over and I'm going to show you the seller view.
Please.
Which is what the seller sees when they get that nice little outreach.
Okay.
You can see here a really nice customized email directly from the buyer to the seller delivered on by Flippa. You can have a look there, and each of the sellers will have a customized brochure with their valuation and information about their business. They'll also be informed that there is interest in their business, and it's a simple 3-step process to begin connecting directly with buyers. Firstly, I've just got to create an account. Next up, simple screen, you just got to input your details and your contact details. And down here, you can start chatting directly with your buyer. And now it'll just load up that screen. There you go. Your conversation started. LaurenAI has now connected you directly with the buyer, and you can begin discussing. Inside Flippa's leading deal room, you'll also have access to contracts and APAs that will seamlessly create asset purchase agreements with integrated Dropbox sign. You'll also have access to our finance capabilities with Swoop Finance, and finally with payments, where you'll be able to securely transact with the buyer via Flippa Pay, our regulatory trust account payment system, and escrow.com. If you would like to take advantage of AI matching with other buyers, listing on Flippa is only a click away, and we'll show you all the buyers that you can get access to right now.
Fantastic, Tony. Thank you for that. That is very cool. And of course, LaurenAI is live now. Check it out. Build a mandate, have a look at the inventory, and then, of course, outreach. We hope you get a deal done. But actually, one of the things that Tony spoke about, which I personally think is really important to the future of deal making, and of course, our vision, which is exit and ownership for the 99%, is making the process of buying, selling, and ultimately owning a lot easier. And so Tony alluded to this. The process of buying and selling is actually quite burdensome. There's a lot to complete, and it's filled with human judgment. And of course, with our proprietary data, our years of seeing so many deals get done, we believe we've taken a front row seat and can now drive the future of M&A in a new and exciting way. Announcing Flippa AI, your personal deal team. Lauren's your first agent. She's available now, and you can use her to find a deal. Next up, real-time deal structuring advice. Have you bought an online business before? Have you sold one? Do you know what seller financing is? Do you know what an earnout is? Do you know what terms should govern each one of those? Do you know what to offer first? Do you know how to counter? Sarah AI is real-time deal structuring advice. Scott AI is document generation and review. Reviewing legal documents is difficult. Flippa's seen a lot of them. And so Scott will be on hand to review the document, outline for you and explain to you complex legal terms that you will find in an asset purchase agreement and share purchase agreement, and help you to understand. That's a really critical part of the M&A process, and we see so many people get tripped up through that stage of the journey. John AI, due diligence and automation. Let's get a depth of understanding about the business. Let's interpret the Shopify data, the Stripe data, the PayPal data. Let's have a look at the bank accounts. Let's review and appraise the Google Analytics data and understand the traffic, the page views, where they're coming from, how they got to the platform in the first place. And of course, John AI will provide you due diligence and an automated understanding of the business so that you can make an informed judgment about the opportunity. And then how good is this? Digital ownership is global. It's democratized. There's hundreds of millions of online business owners all over the world. Flippa will soon be in every language. Not only that, the deal room itself will work with you in the language of your choice. An American buying from an Italian selling to an Australian. End-to-end deal making in a language of your choice. All built around a proprietary LLM, available 24/7, and of course, backed by the world-class expertise that Flippa has always been known for. This is exit and ownership for the 99%. LaurenAI is available now, and your personalized deal team will be available in the months to come. Thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to your feedback.